This episode is brought to you by the DNA store on Redbubble. Want some DNA gear? Want to show off your favorite DNA shows? Whether you want to show Matt that you're also glad he's here, or show your allegiance to the Guardians of DNA Fireteam, or even just have a fascination with Toast building a snowman, we have the merch for you. Wear our inside jokes with pride and show off your favorite DNA shows. There's something here for everyone on the DNA store. Check us out at redbubble.com/people/DNA network today.
What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Podcast, episode 32. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, alongside me, Joey Pease. Hi. And Brian Anderson. If you're watching the videos, it's a new thing. I got a camera. So hopefully no more bad video quality.
You're very excited about it.
I am. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea how many messages I get saying, hey,
Your video quality sucks?
your video quality kind of sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just like that enough? Like, wow.
Yeah. So, they're like, oh, your Let's Plays look okay, but anytime you do a long-term show, your video quality kind of sucks. I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Criticism can be good.
So I bought a camera, and hopefully we look as beautiful as we thought we did.
I don't know, I'm pretty ugly, but...
I don't know, Brian looks beautiful. You trimmed today.
I did. Trimmed the beard a little bit.
Yeah. Joey, you're beautiful too.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're wearing your hat.
Oh, well.
That makes me happy.
I wear the hat because I don't have hair on my head, so...
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. So.
Anyway.
Yeah. So what have we been playing? Anything? Brian, you played No Man's Sky for like 5 minutes?
Like 10 minutes,
Yeah. How was it?
I don't think it's a game for me, but I can see why people do like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful, and it's fun. I think it looks good.
It looks alright. It looks alright.
Well, you're playing on what?
PC.
I'm
Yeah,
playing
doesn't
on,
it?
I'm playing on the console, and I think it looks pretty good.
Isn't there weird draw distance issues on PC?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's just because of the way the game's designed. It's like... You'll be... Like, at least I know, like, sometimes I'll be running... And, like, all of a sudden I notice things, like, I'll look back and, like, minerals and stuff that I didn't see before as I was running past them have spawned now because, like, it didn't, like, process it in the game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm having those issues.
So, I mean, it doesn't happen often, and most of the time it was only when I was doing the boost jump where you're probably not supposed to be able to move that fast, so they don't expect you to have to worry about it, you know, creating that, or the stuff that quick. But, I mean, I guess flying in the ship, it does the same thing, so... I don't know. I mean, it's had a lot of problems with PC, and they're working on getting those fixed. So we'll see in like the coming days for that. But you know, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've played at least 30 hours of it now.
30 hours?
Yeah,
I played about 10 minutes. I think.
No, that's what over the weekend. That's pretty much all I played.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got my suit inventory maxed out. My ship is up to 30 slots, and I actually found a planet that has a whole bunch of these little green pods on it that's full of these pearls that are worth 27,000 units apiece. There's like thousands of these pods. So I'm just running around collecting them, trying to get like 20 million units so I can buy like a 40 slot ship outright. So I'm having fun with that, I guess. One of the problems I was running into was that some of the upgrades, like the tech upgrades you get, they'll say you learn it, but when you go in your inventory to check to see if you actually, like, to make it, it's not there anymore. And then each time you pick it up again later, it says you already know this, so you can't then get that tech upgrade. But I guess a fix for that is every time you see it, if you open up your inventory, instead of just, like, clicking out of it, it will bring it in your inventory. So, I mean, there's little, like, workarounds to make it work, but there's still plenty of problems with it. I don't know. I mean, I just have a lot of fun just exploring, roaming around, meeting weird aliens, trying to figure out the weird logic puzzles that they give you and whatnot. I actually had one where I walked in this room and there was a guy, a weird alien creature, looking at a picture, and he looked very upset. And wasn't exactly sure why he was upset, but it was either I could tell him to accept his fate, to reject his fate, or have me offer to take his place for him. So I was like, why not? So I offered to take his place for him. Well, I was now I'm engaged to marry some random alien creature off in the future. So very ugly looking alien creature. So I mean, it's the little things like that make the game very interesting and it's fun to come across. But I mean, there's really not much story at all. The thing, I mean, I've just been following what the Atlas has told me to do, so I follow along the path that the Atlas has set for me, and that's about it. You just every time you come to it, it just kind of gives a weird saying, something along the lines of "follow for knowledge," and you'll just follow it. But
yeah,
I don't know. So I mean, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's about what I expected from the game. I know what everyone else expected had very high ambitions for it, and it was just too much, I think.
I feel like everybody went in expecting it to be something like almost like Destiny-ish, and then
But
getting
just an
Minecraft.
open world, huge.
No,
universe.
I didn't expect it to be like that. It was pretty much what I expected.
There's just a lot of things that they had said, like Sean Murray had said before, that were supposed to be in the game that are not even anywhere close to being in the game.
Yeah.
Like there was a few examples I was reading on. Like there was a huge list on Reddit actually where people had lists and specific instances where he had said this is in the game and this is not in the game. Like so
Yeah.
they had like probably at least 20 to 30.
I wonder
of
if
those.
they're going to come in an update though.
They might.
The big thing though that was going around was you know, it's always been very cagey about the multiplayer in this game.
Yeah.
Which he did come out and say there's no like real multiplayer in this game.
Right.
But earlier he said there was a slim chance that you could run into another player, similar to like Journey, how Journey does it. And like two players
And they couldn't see each
found
other,
each other. And some people are saying it might have been like a server issue or whatever, but two players found each other and couldn't see each other even though they were standing in the same spot.
Yeah.
One player was experiencing like a daytime on the planet and the other player was experiencing nighttime, but they were standing in the same exact spot.
I read that they actually looked at like the network traffic and there was no data being sent about the player's position to like the actual server or anything like that. So I really don't. I mean, maybe eventually they'll have some type of online interaction, but I don't think it's going to be something we see. I think the most you'll see is you'll come across a planet that's already been scanned by someone else. And
That's probably about it.
That's about all you'll see.
That's about all you're getting for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because you can find someone else's planet.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they could, name things funny, like name creatures funny things, or name certain outposts or certain spots funny things, and you'll
It's
see
alright.
that.
I mean, it's like it's a filler game for me. Like, you can get on and just play it for.
Yeah.
I can't sit
like
there.
you-
I
like-
cannot sit there and play it for. I don't know how you can sit and play that game for like long amounts of time, but if that's your thing,
Yeah. Like you said, that's like a good like remote play Vita game while you're watching TV or
Yeah.
something.
I haven't tried it on my Vita yet, but I feel like maybe that's how I would play it. Is then like when I'm in bed,
Yeah.
explore playing it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think I was having more fun just exploring space than actually like the planets themselves. Some of the planets were neat, but
Yeah, I wasn't too blown away by the planets.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only been on like 3 so far, I think.
some
but-
of them you come across are cool looking.
Yeah.
I still just think
Some of them are just like barren, or the one was like so like cold that I just pretty much I climbed out of my ship. My ice protection was gone in like an
it's like,
instant.
"Well,
and
time to get back in.
Yeah,
Time to
I was
get the
like,
fuck out of here.
I'm leaving this planet.
I still think the funniest thing I've seen out of anything I've seen in No Man's Sky was that Jurassic Park video, where like they show like the 2014 reveal trailer, and there's all these giant like dinosaurs.
Actually
And,
look like actual creatures. You
Yeah,
should
and like
see.
all these animals running around that actually look like real like alien animals.
Yeah.
And it's playing like the real Jurassic Park theme song. And then right in the middle of the video, it cuts to today, and it's like this derpy looking T-Rex all running around by
It's
himself.
got this
and
like
somebody
giant
playing,
head, these weird like leg.
I think
things.
I've seen some weird.
and like
creatures.
it's playing. Someone's playing like the Jurassic Park thing really bad on a harmonica or something.
That's funny.
I'll show it to you when we're done. It's hilarious.
It was good.
It was pretty funny.
But that's pretty much all. I mean, I haven't really been playing too much anything.
Yeah, I've been playing Super Metroid and Axiom Verge, and I've just been playing through some stuff and grinding Destiny for my moments of triumph.
I've been playing Path of Exile as well, because that's a game apparently I'm never going to get away from now. I got started on it. So just because I have, it's fun.
Didn't they just Aren't they coming up with like an update or something for it?
They do an update every season, I guess it would be. So the next one's Atlas of Worlds, which is going to be a really nice revamping of their end game mapping system. So I'm really looking forward to that, because most of the ones they've added have been just kind of pre-leveling content that they've added, and you can do it, and it'll help you later on in the game as well. But it's nothing you actually do later in the game. Whereas this one is completely going to be end game oriented.
Yeah.
But they have going on now their race season, which is pretty much what would be like the downtime in the game, like right before it goes over to the next season when all the characters get reset and everything. They have these races where you literally make a new character, start out, and you just try to go as fast as you can on a hardcore character. So if you die, you're dead. Mm-hmm. So you just try to go through and do whatever task they have. And they add on all these crazy special mods and everything, so they make it so you either get more like equipment easier, or like they give you equipment to start out. And none of these characters are permanent, so like it's all of the stuff you're doing is just temporary to earn what would be special skinned unique items. And you can either keep them or sell them for like a lot of currency in game and whatnot. But it's just something to do when you're not actually wanting to like make a new character to progress through, because the season's going to end. So what's the point of starting another character? So.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. Whereas like Diablo, after you got to a certain point, it was like there's nothing to do anymore. So that's kind of why I think I've gravitated more towards Path of Exile over like Diablo.
Yeah, I've been having this real like. Besides, I got the Destiny hooks in me again, dude. Last week when we raided, like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put Destiny down. I don't care about these moments of triumph here too. I need 2 more, but I don't really feel like grinding them out. I don't care. And then we raided last week.
That was fun.
And for some reason, the Destiny hooks got back in me.
That actually went pretty well too.
I know.
For like us
We were
not
just like
playing a while.
winging shit. And
I know.
Beating orcs in one try.
I know. Dude, the only time we really
we're
died...
not really sure how we used to beat this, so let's just wing it.
The only time we died was when we were trying to do the...
And like, I've been like... The only time we really died was on the totems.
Yeah.
And that's because it glitched out on us.
Well, and then also the witches we died once because we were confused about where we needed to go. And
David.
Yeah, I think David was jumping, so...
Yeah.
The orb didn't get to us,
The
and
worst-
so everyone
the
died.
worst-
And we were
Jumper
waiting for
ever.
him for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Where are you?
The best was the one where he literally was just like...
I know. So if you don't know, that there's this part after the, like, we call them the dildos.
Yeah,
the Dreadnought dildos.
Dreadnought dildo.
So there's this one part where you jump up, and you have to jump up to this higher platform to get to the next boss.
It's very easy.
It's, yeah, like, I don't even have trouble with it.
The toughest part is that the platforms aren't smooth like the other platforms. They're actually like rocks and stuff.
But
they're not that bad.
He just can't do
But
it.
like the one time we got to the very top, I think you were either outside or in the bathroom or something, and he like did the. I think he was playing a warlock, right?
Yeah.
And he did the warlock glide jump, and he was above the final platform.
And if he would have come towards us, he would have been fine.
Right,
He's
except
like
he
staying
just,
in the
no,
edge.
he just kept going around the pillar, and you just see him glide back down.
He's so bad at jumping.
I have it on video.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say,
probably.
it was good on you. Like I caught it at the corner of my screen, but I was looking over at your screen and saw
I know.
it.
I'm gonna try to
It's just hilarious.
during this part. I'm gonna try to have it playing behind us.
Oh yeah,
On the
please,
video, so-
Please put it back there so
Oh
they
my
can
gosh,
see.
it's gonna be hilarious. I might not even have it sit in front of it during the. I'm
Just
gonna, oh yeah,
man,
it was
bad.
so funny.
I always know that when we get to jumping parts, I can go take a break.
Mhm.
Like I can go smoke or take a hour shit because it's how long it takes Dave to get out of that fucking part.
Oh man,
It's awful,
I love you, David.
but you can't jump or shit.
Yeah. So I was talking about something before that, but I don't remember. So we're gonna.
The hooks in Destiny.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, besides that, I've had this like real weird retro gaming. Like,
Yeah, I know you're playing some weird stuff.
I was playing Super Metroid, Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Country.
I mean,
Because I
there's
got that new 3DS.
There's not like a lot really out there right now to like.
No, not yet. I mean, what Deus Ex comes out on Tuesday, I think. That's like the first big game of the fall.
Fall. Wait, what are we? Is it fall yet?
And Madden.
I don't think. Yeah, man, I don't know. I probably won't get this.
I won't get Madden until it's on sale.
I don't
Maybe.
think I've ever played a Madden game since like 1990 something.
They're fun.
I've never
They're
been.
not- it's
the
not-
only football games I played were NFL Street or Blitz.
Yeah.
You know, those
Blitz
ones
was
that
sweet.
They're like
Blitz-
over the top.
Blitz
You could
was
just
fun.
I had Blitz
beat
for
the crap out of
Dreamcast.
everyone. Yeah.
I had Blitz for Dreamcast, and like the Browns, like it was like the first year the Browns were back, but they hadn't had the draft.
They didn't have actual.
They didn't have like real players. I think the only real player on there was like Ty Detmer or something.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh,
oh,
fucking Ty Detmer, yeah.
oh, okay, this is how it's gonna go.
Yeah, there's really nothing. There's nothing really good coming out for a couple months, about 2 months.
Yeah, and like Final Fantasy got delayed, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, 15 got delayed to November 29th.
Well, I guess it's better for me. 'Cause
Well, see,
I don't have the money to spend on it right
I
now.
guess we could just talk about it right now since we're already here. But like their reasoning was like they're about ready to go gold, and they were working on the day one patch, but they want the day one patch to be on the disc
That's fair.
since it's not like really an online game.
Yeah.
And they said it was unfair to have players have to download like a 4 gig patch to play a single player game.
That's nice of them to do that, but I mean, I'm sure, some people.
I mean,
probably
who's
more
not?
upset.
Who has a PS4 or Xbox One that's not connected to the internet anyway? Like
That's
I
true.
would be interested in seeing that
Horizon Zero Dawn
statistic.
came
February.
28th.
out. Oh, jeez.
That game's gonna be
For
amazing.
Honor comes
That's
out
my dad's birthday.
February 14th.
I pre-ordered.
They released like the rosters for the For Honor. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, they did?
Like there's 12. There's like 4 different. You know how there's 3
So-
different like factions.
yeah.
I don't call them factions. And then there's like 4 different classes in each one. And
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm intrigued in For Honor. Like it has my attention.
It has my attention, but I mean, I think when we did the list of like games we're most excited for, it is on there for me.
Yeah.
I don't even really know what it is.
It's like this weird amalgamation of like this. There's like this
This isn't gonna have
Time-
anything on
warp disaster, and it warps in what knights, samurai,
And
Vikings into this like weird time
it. So you get
dimension.
like Samurai against Knights. And
Oh.
it's like multiplayer.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be like hand to
The
hand
combat, the
multiplayer.
combat looks a lot like Dark Souls, honestly. Like it
it's-
looks real heavy and like
Those are like the Viking people. They got like a berserker, a raider, a warlord, and a Valkyrie. So you have like a guy who looks like he can dual wield axes, a guy with a big axe. You got a sword and a shield, and then a spear and a shield.
Yeah.
Those are like for the Vikings. I didn't see the samurai. Oh, there they are, right there.
oh, who's that green guy? He looks
Shigoki. He's got like I don't know what that weapon's called, but I know it has a name.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It's like a
it's
huge-
a club
like a giant-
of spikes.
It's a club spike, big club
giant.
spike.
Yeah, like a
So
two-handed giant.
that's your two-handed guy. So I don't know. I'm intrigued, but that doesn't come out for a long time. So we'll see. But yeah, we can go into news bits.
Yeah.
About that.
yeah. News bits.
News.
Who wants to talk some Destiny?
We do all the time.
It's true. It's true. So, Destiny the Collection has been announced. Destiny the Collection will include every expansion release, including Dark Below, House of Wolves, The Taken King, and Rise of Iron. It's available for pre-order right now. If you pre-order it digitally, you get to play it right away. If you pre-order it, you have to, at Disney.
You know what I saw when I got on this morning? I had like a thing where
Yeah.
it talked about how if you're a PS4 user, you can just basically accept this message. But if you're a
Right.
PS3 user, you can
have to transfer your
transfer
character
your
over.
character over if you're gonna. Which is I didn't know that they were gonna do that.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
it's
they're
been
giving people the option.
that's been a thing since it launched.
I really I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, we didn't start on PS3. So I
No,
mean,
that's I didn't know, and I've never gotten a message. From
yeah.
my PS4
Well, like
about it,
the
so-
thing is, the cutoff date is coming up,
I think so. That's why.
and this is the last. This is the last Iron Banner for PS3 and
Okay.
Xbox 360
So that's
users.
why it was up there.
So that's why that was up there, and like, there's not going to be any future updates after the one that happened yesterday.
Right. Well, I knew about that, but
There was
I
an
never.
update yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not-
it's like
Yeah. It's
a
like
couple seconds.
it's like one of those where you just load it and it's just
Uh-oh.
like the orange circle goes around.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
It's like 1 meg.
Got it.
yeah.
So, sorry kids, if you play it on 360 and PS3, you're done.
You should have upgraded a long
Your
time.
road is coming to an end. So,
Yeah, and I mean the stuff I've seen for the new
the new expansion looks
expansion looks pretty cool.
cool. Yeah. The collection is going to come with a spark that upgrades you all the way to 40.
That's cool.
So The one thing,
that
the
means
one
they're
thing,
probably going to start selling sparks to upgrade you to 40.
yeah. Well, I mean, they already sell them 25. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are to 25.
The one thing is-
The
I
thing
wanna
is, like,
know-
getting to 40 isn't the big deal now.
No.
It's all about the light. So
Yeah.
who gives a shit if they put you up to
Yeah.
40? I'm completely fine with
yeah,
it.
you can get to 40 in probably like 12 hours. I'd say it just by doing the campaign and maybe some Crucible stuff.
Yeah.
You should be able to get there.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's not the issue. It's
Yeah, it's
getting
the light.
to, like, the
Yeah.
light. Which isn't even that hard to get, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they added so many different ways you can get it.
Oh, I know, and with the 1-to-1
Infusions.
infusions, like, it's like, I don't know, because you didn't play for a while, and you just played the other night, and you jumped up a little bit.
Yeah, I think I was like, what?
316.
Yeah, that sounds right. Now I'm up to like 323.
That's what I'm saying. That's just
I went
from, that's
from-
literally from one raid.
Yeah. I mean, after the raid the other night and Iron Banner yesterday, I went from 324 to 331.
Yeah.
So
It's very easy to...
hitting 335 might be hard if you're not raiding, but like you're gonna hit that.
I don't know.
330.
I hit 335 before without doing a single raid. It took a while, though.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're grinding like Trials and Iron Banner.
Iron Banner, yeah.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
I did Banner and Trials, and that's where I got all my gear. Like, my guy has all Banner gear on. That's how he's like a 335. That's what I have on.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder if the standalone expansion is going to give you a spark to 40, just because I mean, like it's
It
not a
might.
big deal. It's not a big deal for us because we've been playing for a while.
But the people who
But the
have
people who like, even if they want to start a second character or something, like I wonder if that's going to be a thing or if it's just going to come with the 25 one.
Does it upgrade one of your subclasses too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No.
cool. No.
The ones you buy upgrades the subclass.
Uh,
The ones that come free just get you to 40.
Subclasses aren't that hard to get up either.
No.
they take a little while though. It's quite a bit of grinding and bounties and
Yeah. If you know how to stack your bounties right, it may not take that long, but
There's so many bounties now.
I know.
That's the thing.
I know. You got your Crucible bounties, you got your Vanguard bounties, you got your Iron Banner bounties, and then you're gonna have the new when Rise of Iron comes out, you're gonna have the new Fellwinter bounties, like the artifact bounties.
Yeah.
So like there's gonna be all.
And there's
kinds
also the Prison of Elders, and there's
Right.
the
right, and the Petra
the
still sells her
Queen-
bounties.
yeah.
There's so many.
There's so many ways.
There's so many. Let's get into something that I think Brian might be interested in.
Yeah. Actually, I am.
Supremacy,
Yeah.
the new multiplayer game mode
Love it.
in Destiny, is similar to
Call of Duty's where you gotta get their tags. I can't remember what it's called.
Kill Confirmed.
Kill confirmed.
Yes.
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
Well, not complete. There is like a slight difference.
There is, but that's what everybody's comparing it to. Even that Game
It
Informer
is.
article
It
says
is the same thing as Kill Confirmed, where kills don't get you points. It's if you kill them, you have to go get.
you have to collect their tags. I think
It's
they're called
crest.
crests.
It's
in
a
this
crest
game.
you have to get, but you
Right.
can also scope in on it. First team to scope in on it gets it.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a cool game mode because it like
I always liked Kill Confirmed.
it's almost like Execution in Gears of War, where you have to like not only kill the person, but or not even take the person down, but you have to go like collect something.
Well, but the thing is, like, because in Kill Confirmed, if you were a sniper, it was almost impossible to get the tags.
Mm-hmm.
You had to rely on then somebody else getting them, unless you were a quick sniper or something.
Yeah.
But now, if they have the thing where you can just scope in on it, I don't know if you have to shoot it. From what
I feel like
read,
they probably just have to make some type of like short time limit on how long you have to be scoped
I-
in on
yeah,
it or something.
I don't know.
Because it'd be too broken to be able to just zoom in on it.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw it. It's not in that. It's just in that thing I was looking at right before we started.
Oh,
I read something about it where the first, like if you scope in on it, you can get it, which is good for snipers because sniping's huge in Destiny,
Yeah.
even more so than I think in Call of Duty.
Yeah. That sounds like a cool game mode. I actually am kind of like interested.
I think it's I would enjoy that more than like Rift or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Staying on multiplayer, Destiny is getting private PvP matches, and they also detailed 4 new maps for PlayStation. One of them is exclusive, so
Right.
you'll still be getting 3 on if you're playing on Xbox. So that's cool.
Can you
The private
complete-
thing is cool, but I think like it has to be with your clan members.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And
Can you
then
complete like missions and stuff in those private matches?
Probably not.
Yeah, they haven't really said that
'Cause
you can,
in-
because like you can cheese like the chaperone quest, which is obviously that first.
I highly
part
doubt
is-
it because like in Call of Duty, you can do like private matches, and there's stuff that you don't get stuff towards like your gear or like
right.
If you get so many kills with a weapon, you can get like a different skin.
Yeah.
That's stuff that. So I'm assuming that it's going to be like that where you can't complete bounties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't get in there and do like your
sword
weekly crucible bounties to get like I got that ice luna from it.
Yeah.
Like you won't be able to do those.
See, I'm okay with not doing that. It was just some of the quests that were just the pain where you had to use a specific weapon and get kills.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
I mean, I cheesed the chaperone quest by doing it during Sparrow Racing League. Just having it equipped and not dying, and every time you finished the race, you got...
I mean, that's fine. My brother did the method of only putting the last word on when he got heavy. That's how he did it. I just used the last word.
See, we did it before they changed the when I got it. We did it before they changed the rumble thing, where like you could still go in with like a fire team into a rumble, but it could only be 3 people, and I would hide, and the 2 people in my party would come find me, and I would just kill them.
No, I just played with the.
But they patched that out.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But the last word was my go-to gun, even though it's better now, but it's still not great because the way it was set up before, the last word perk gave you bonus damage when you fired from your hip, and they took that off. So
yeah, I'm trying to see if that clan thing is real. It doesn't say it. There is a perk by using your clanmates. But
I was saying that'd be weird, especially because you have to in order to join a clan, it's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. I mean, you might be right. It might be like I did see something about like a clan. Let's see. I'll see if I can find it. You can go ahead and move on if you want.
The last bit of Destiny news. Revealed on their live Twitch stream and social media outlets, the Wrath of the Machine raid will launch on September 23rd, 3 days after the launch of the Rise of Iron expansion, which is the same as King's Fall was for the Taken King. It was 3 days after.
Yeah, so. And that's fine.
And then the hard mode raid will come.
You probably won't be ready to go. Well, you might be, but...
I mean, we were the Taken King, but we also took off like 3 days for that expansion.
Yeah, I'm not... That's fine. Because, it'll give you a couple days to, because they want you to do the story first.
Right. Yeah. I'm taking off a couple days for this.
No, I probably won't. I did it for the Taken King, but not this one. I'm not, I'm excited for it, but...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, the Taken King changed so much that it was
Yeah, it changed that game completely.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys had to level up.
This feels more like a real expansion.
This feels more like the Crota one to me.
Yeah. I don't know. This just feels like a real expansion instead of changing the entire game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Crota was just an expansion.
Yeah. So that's all the Destiny news. Hey guys, Corey here. The Digital Nerd Advocates are honored to be a part of Phoenix Overdrive's Extra Life team. Put your money where the miracles are. You can be a hero to the kids of Children's Miracle Network as fundraising for Extra Life continues through December 31st, 2016. National Game Day has been announced and will take place on November 5th, 2016. I will be joining Lee, Ray, and Becky of Nerd Overdrive, as well as others, in upstate New York to help celebrate and raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Remember that you do not need to select Phoenix Overdrive's primary hospital to raise money for. You can raise money for your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, wherever that may be. It's for the kids. Check out digitalnerdadvocates.com/pawnextralife for more details, as well as links to the Extra Life team page and the Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection PS4 bundle raffle information. So we're going to move into some Overwatch. Another game we all enjoy very much.
Overwatch.
Right? We all enjoy Overwatch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have been playing that lately, too. Like I said, I like to change.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to master, different characters, so...
Yeah.
I switched to,
I'm still obsessed with using Lucio.
I mean, that's fine.
I almost refuse to use anybody else at this point.
I've been using, Reinhardt and
he's
Pharah
always a good
more.
one to have in your team.
Yeah.
There's, certain people that, I like having a Lucio. I like Reinhardt.
I like having a Reinhardt, I like having a Lucio, and I like having, either a Soldier or a McCree on the team. Just some kind of offensive output.
I mean, you can never go wrong with Soldier.
I know.
On any, I don't. You know.
I'd say Reinhardt you don't necessarily need on defense, but on offense he's guaranteed.
Yeah.
You need him.
I agree. He's not a big, but especially if you're moving the payload,
yeah.
I feel like he is. You need.
Yeah, I feel like Winston's more the defensive tank.
He's like a disruptor. I think any of them work on defense, really. I mean.
Yeah, you can really like play around with like when you're on defense, you can really use different stuff, but on offense, you kind of have to have like there's like a certain group that really just does well.
Yeah.
On defense, you can kind of play around with it. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You can play around with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, at Gamescom, Blizzard announced a new Overwatch map.
It's like
Icon
it's like
wall.
a castle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It's a vertical map, a more vertical map, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, some heroes will probably be real bad at that map.
Yeah, I wonder.
Pharah will be king.
Oh, I know. I was about to say the
and
same thing.
I've been practicing.
And I like Pharah a lot.
I've been practicing with her a lot. She is, if you play her right, she's just
Diva will probably be pretty decent. Winston will be pretty good.
I switched my jump to my joystick.
Anyone who can get up high quick is going to have a
Yeah.
decent time on this map, I feel like.
Have you tried that with her?
Genji,
What?
Hanzo.
Switching your jump to your joystick with Pharah. It's easier to control her in the air when you're shooting around.
Really?
Oh,
I'll have
yeah, I
to
didn't
try
even
that.
think about that.
I use my right stick
Because
to jump.
you can
'Cause
change the
what's-
controls per character in that game.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
It's for everyone.
No, you can change per character.
Oh, well, then shit. I need to figure out. Because I don't like having
Because
it
if
there.
you go in, well, at least if it's the
Because
same.
then
as
my,
the-
you know, the like, how much do you melee? I mean, I do when I'm like Genji, but
I
like my
know.
other characters, I'm not like.
That's on PC.
I didn't even realize-
I know, like you go into the options and it's right there at the top. You can choose either per all characters
All
or
right.
select.
Well, then I'll have to check that out. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, switch your jump and hover with her to your joystick, because then
Yeah.
you can still control
Yeah.
in the air.
Yeah,
And you
that
can
was a
really- you
control
can
scheme
really-
you were using in Call of Duty for a
I
while.
used the same thing in Call of Duty. Yeah.
what was
I
the
jumped.
jump button before that?
X?
That's awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like on PC.
Well, I think I'm assuming most Pharah users are using that method.
Like on PC, the jump is either. I think it's spacebar is what you use to
It's
fly.
yeah,
Or
it's
right-
different though. You know,
right mouse button.
with
Yeah,
the
I know, that's
controller,
with
it's-
right
it's-
mouse.
That's your problem, Joe. You're using PC.
It's so much easier though.
You need to
It
play
is.
real-
It's so much easier to play with mouse and keyboard.
I can't argue
It's
with
I can't.
Joey.
I know.
It was either shift or
It's
spacebar.
much more
One
accurate
of them was
too.
the
But
boost.
anyways, try that, Corey, and you'll notice a really big. Because you can because that's really her game is getting in the air, but then also still being because before you jump and then to hover and then try to shoot if you're using X is almost impossible.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
So
awful.
switch it to the right
It's
joystick.
like I can just.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if you can make it.
I wonder. I'm surprised they actually announced this at Gamescom because BlizzCon's coming up.
Oh, I'm expecting a character
Yeah.
announce at BlizzCon.
Yeah, I am too.
Oh,
the other thing they announced, not really Overwatch related, but like Heroes of the Storm is getting Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I feel like most of the Overwatch characters we've heard
I feel
are
like
so
big
strong.
character announcements for their big games is like.
Well, see, the thing about Heroes of the Storm is there's so many characters in
There
that
are
game.
so many characters.
They're just taking them from every. So them adding a new character isn't really a big deal. Whereas like Overwatch,
It's a completely new character. For,
yeah,
like, this
they're
Blizzard franchise.
it completely changes what the meta's gonna like, how the game's gonna be played as some characters. It'll completely affect the whole entire competitive scene. You'll see it completely shifts when someone else gets added in because.
Well, I have not seen a lot of Annas lately in my game.
I don't think Anna gets played much at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like pros. I don't know. She was huge when she first came out, and
Well,
now
it's 'cause
literally
everybody wanted to try her.
nobody runs her because she's not very good, in my opinion.
Pros usually use Zenyatta and Lucio.
Yeah,
the two.
that's a good combo there. But
Because
Yeah.
Zenyatta's got the Orbit Discord, takes out tanks like crazy.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
50%, extra damage is a lot.
And Lucio is that
Lucio
his speed up,
is
AoE heal,
he does very
giant
yeah.
shield. He's
Yeah,
got a lot.
he does a lot.
Yeah.
Push your ass right off a cliff. That's always fun.
Can be he's very fast himself. He can just
He's
run
very hard to
around.
hit, yeah.
Around he can literally
You
at some
see-
points he can just
You can
go
see
around
some
the
players
top.
they'll just continually just skate around something. Payloads. If you're trying, if you're actually using him on a defensive against a payload, you can just go around the payload and almost wait for your team to come.
Yeah.
And that seems to work well.
Yeah. So
He's annoying sometimes.
yeah. So yeah, I'm expecting a character at BlizzCon too. Sombra. We all
I
assume
guess,
it's Sombra.
but watch it be somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they've got multiple characters in development. so-
Yeah. I have a feeling it's not just
Yeah.
one.
So it's all who depends on what they want.
Mhm.
I mean, since Sombra's so hyped, they might want to just keep that one a secret for as long as they
And then
can.
bust out somebody else. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Man. Overwatch.
It's fun.
Yeah. Something else that they're taking out of the game. Overwatch's competitive Season 2 will add skill tiers and remove sudden death.
Thank goodness, because sudden death
Sucks so bad.
It's a fucking coin flip. Even if like you, and it's good because so like the way you'll win now is like if both teams move the payload the whole way, whoever did it faster.
Yeah.
Which that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I think. And before it, or it's a fucking coin flip.
Yeah. The one thing also the skill rating is switching from levels to numbers, so it's
because it was 1 to 100, now it's 1 to 5,000.
Yeah.
And I guess if you don't play, so if like you're a top player and you don't, you drop 50 every like 24 hours.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That seems a little harsh.
Is it like instantly, or is it like you have like a grace period before it starts going down? Because usually games give you like a grace period of like a week, and then if you haven't played in a week, then it'll start going down.
I swear it said 24 hours, but I could be wrong, and I don't think it's in this thing that Corey put out. I read that somewhere else the other night.
Yeah.
Because that's a little extreme. Like, what if you go on vacation somewhere? You can't go on vacation, or else you start losing your rank.
I mean, if you're that good, you'll probably just get back up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
but what if your vacation happens right at the end of the? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So many ifs, ands, and buts.
I would rather I'd go on vacation and not give a shit.
Yeah,
but
no, that's what most people wouldn't care.
If you're like one of
the people who do care, probably are going to
do
try to bring some way to play.
I guess I can see why you'd be pissed, but like,
yeah.
All right, it says with the exception of Master and Grandmaster. So if you're in those two ratings, if you're a Master or Grandmaster, so you're the best of the best, right?
So they're doing like the normal.
Players will not be able to drop out of their skill tiers.
So is it like bronze, silver, gold, that kind of thing? Just tier ratings?
I think diamond is one, maybe.
Yeah, probably. If it's
here it is. Here's
it's normally bronze,
silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, and grandmaster. So I will probably be in bronze or silver.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you'll be gold.
I could maybe be gold.
You'll be gold at least.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably be.
Are you better than the average player?
Yes.
They're just gonna.
You're definitely gonna be gold.
I'm better than the average player, but like in that game, it's hard for one guy. It's really hard.
If you are decent enough at the game and you can like No, I mean I've seen the same because like it's the same thing with League of Legends. I mean like that's the same way their tier system works, and it's like if you're good enough, you can influence the game well enough that you will make sure you win. So if you're playing with the bronze, silver tier players and you're doing well enough, you'll win.
If I'm playing against other bronze and silver, like if I'm assuming I'm gold, like I am better. I would say I'm better than the average player.
Then I'd say
I always put up like decent stats, and I feel like I help win more than I don't.
I think I'm just gonna need my own tier. That's like the poop emoji.
I always get a lot of gold medals at the end.
They call that wood tier. It's wood.
Paper.
Yeah,
paper tier.
Of course. Cardboard.
So before we move on to the rest of our news, Overwatch is kind of like I feel like it's not as big as it was when it came out, but I feel like Blizzard is like I feel like it's the Diablo thing where like the hardcore of the hardcore players will stick around.
This is bigger of a fan base than Diablo ever
think?
did.
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, because Diablo when it first came out, everyone hated it.
I was just kind of like
awful.
Like I mean, maybe it's just the people that like we talk to in our groups and stuff. I just feel like a lot of people that we've been like associating with kind of fell off of Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those games where it gets kind of stale after a little while, and it's really more for the people who enjoy that kind of game. That's what they stick with for a while. So it is going to, I mean, at first it was amazing because it was a new type of game. Well, I mean, not really new. It was a reimagining of this game style that hadn't been done in a while. So it was a fun thing to play at first. And so the people who kind of got in on the hype train, they kind of fell off. But the people who actually enjoy the game, I think, are sticking with it. And there's going to be I think there's a lot more people sticking with it than other previous games that the hype train kind of, after it derailed, they, it fell off. So I think this game's going to be fine.
I feel like more people have stuck with Overwatch than they did with Destiny.
Yeah. Oh, that's guaranteed.
What, like right when it came out? Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the division.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's the best game that's come out this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the... It's one of my favorite
It
games.
won't be eventually here. It's obviously going to get
I know.
nasty.
I mean,
but
we're hitting the prime game release season right now.
Up to now, I think Overwatch for the first half of this year has been the best game. I mean, I don't know another one that's been better.
Yeah. What do you guys?
The show. That's how bad I think MLB The Show is the second best game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show is a great game.
I love those games though. Yeah. That's what I've been playing.
What do you guys want to see announced at BlizzCon? Either Overwatch or otherwise, like Diablo expansion.
Diablo 2 HD remaster.
That I would literally jizz in my pants.
Is that a thing?
That's something that's been rumored that they're working on. So
Didn't it come out that StarCraft HD was a thing now too?
I think that one's been announced already.
Literally, if they announce
I know,
that,
we're gonna lose Brian forever. If Diablo,
Well, that's
Diablo 2 was...
No, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
I already told my friends or that I play other games with them. Like, if this happens, I'm not playing Path of Exile anymore. I'm literally going and playing Diablo 2 for
forever.
hours and hours a day.
I love Diablo 2.
I still go back sometimes and like play it for like,
awesome.
and then like I just look at it and just like, I can't. It's just too. It's too old now. It's too old.
well, they're still patching it.
Not like any updates or anything. I know,
No,
but
but it's interesting that they're still patching Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 is still a thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, they start like a new season each time. I think.
Yeah,
if
I would
it
love
really
to see
happens,
that.
But
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a new character that isn't one that we already think for Overwatch.
Yeah.
I just like any like Overwatch stuff. I feel like they do good stuff, adding this competitive mode and like tweaking it. So they're
Lucio Ball was a good ad.
they're giving you stuff, so it's not
Yeah.
they could use some different maps. So it's good that they're getting one at least.
Yeah, that's something I'm surprised they haven't released.
Maybe a
more
different
is,
game
like,
mode.
map
I don't know
or-
what kind of game. I mean,
they've already got most of the objective-based game modes on there.
Yeah.
they pretty much do.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move into other news now. A couple short stories, and then we'll get out of here. Our favorite segment, the Nintendo Minute.
Why always have fucking Nintendo?
Because
The NX. No, the NX is look. This is relevant to the NX, which is being announced in September.
What's that little thing up the top there?
What little thing?
No, the diagram. That one.
That one. Okay, so story came out. Remember a couple weeks ago, Brian, when we talked about how it's going to have modular controllers and removable and buttons and stuff that you can switch around, you can take off potentially, use it as a touchscreen, whatever. So this is a story that IGN put out that Nintendo NX updated patent details potential modular controller, and it shows basically what looks like the bottom screen of a 3DS, the drawing. This is the patent drawing. It looks really ridiculous. But there's like 4 slots for buttons or joysticks or D-pads or whatever, and it looks like they just kind of slide out, and you can move them however you want, which is kind of cool because
There's going to need to be a way to lock those in place, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
If you have a joystick and you push it over this way, it
it's
slides
probably
out.
it's probably the way you pop in and out an SD card and like cameras and phones and stuff.
Yeah.
You just pop it in and
I'm
it's
sure
spring
I'm
loaded.
sure there's
or
like a
whatever.
lock.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this customizing your controller experience on this?
Well, if it does as well as how the Xbox came out with those, what are those
The
controllers?
custom
called?
controllers?
The-
The Elite controllers?
Yeah, those sell like crazy.
Yeah. Plus, like,
I
don't know
have
how
one
many
'cause I'm
times-
not spending. How much do those things cost?
They're really
the Elite's
ridiculous.
$150.
$150
For a controller.
for a controller.
$200 for the
Now,
Gears one.
you can customize the shit out of it though.
I'll pass.
I mean, but
Yeah.
Well,
there's
granted, I spent. I've
That's
got
what I'm saying, man.
I've got a $140 keyboard.
To each its
a
own, like-
$70 mouse.
if they did that with PS4, I'd probably do it. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I'd probably do it too.
Because like you can change grips out that give you
And I would
a better
honestly,
feel.
as much as I love the PS4 controller, I would probably still move that left stick up to where the D-pad is and move the D-pad down.
you can't do stuff like that, but like you can change like the sticks, like the length of them.
Yeah.
That gives you like more precise movements.
You don't like
and
them
stuff.
both at the bottom.
I like.
I mean, it's weird because it doesn't
just
even
like-
matter at this point. Out of all the consoles that I play, like the sticks are everywhere, so I would just like some sort of uniformity. Like the Xbox one is like this, the Wii U one, and they're both at the top, which is really stupid, and like
PlayStation
PlayStation's
are
above the bottom. And then the Steam controller is like this trackpad that you just
on
run the
eBay
thumb
they're only $120.
on. Oh boy.
I'm telling you though, they sell very well.
But in terms of like what this Nintendo patent looks like,
I mean, until I
I
see
don't
it,
know.
I would.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna.
It's
It's
a
a
drawing.
rough.
I
It's
need
a rough
to see
sketch.
it.
I know.
It's tough to say.
I don't know how this is gonna work, man.
Are you gonna buy that, Corey?
No,
$200.
I don't have $200 to spend on a controller. Are you kidding? I'll just buy one of the customized red
It
ones.
actually has like the symbols of the weapons on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, like, you can buy, like,
Yeah.
when Halo 5 came out and the Elite controller was, like, a big thing, they were selling, like, Halo sticks, and then you could, like, customize your D-pad and stuff.
The thing is, I don't play any shooters on the Xbox. So.
Yeah.
I did it for PlayStation.
I don't even have an Xbox.
You're not really missing out.
I haven't played my Xbox in so long. It's alright, Gears is coming. We'll be playing that soon.
I'm surprised you didn't go back and play.
I could probably get it for PC if I really
Red Dead, man.
Red Dead?
Yeah.
Did they Red Dead Remastered? Did that come out?
Yeah.
Or-
It's
whatever.
backwards compatible.
It's backwards compatible.
But it's basically, like, they put some tweaks into it, and, like,
Alright.
the Xbox
Okay.
One, what's inside the Xbox One makes Red Dead run better. Like,
Yeah.
it's, like,
Yeah.
a locked 30 frames a second,
Yeah.
and, like,
But I mean, it's probably a constant 30 frames instead of losing frames
Yeah.
here or there and whatnot.
yeah, which is really cool. So, but, okay, so this one, something I really want to get into here. So, a year ago, Game Informer interviewed EA's top people, and they were asked them why they weren't trying to capitalize on the remaster craze that everybody else was doing. And EA said, we want to focus on new IP instead of re-releasing old games.
Okay.
Yesterday, Game Informer interviewed EA's top people.
They lied.
EA strongly hints that Mass Effect games will get remastered,
They lied.
as well as plans for other games, which means Dead Space, which means Mass Effect, which means Knights of the Old Republic, which is another one that they've been talking about for a while.
Seriously, I don't know why they don't make a new one.
Because the MMO is, like, pretty successful for them.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, I know, like, we don't play PC games and stuff, but, like,
It's pretty
Joe
decent. It's a pretty decent free to play MMO actually.
yeah.
It's one of the top free to play MMOs.
Yeah.
Competes
Speaking of
with,
MMOs, are you still playing Final Fantasy?
eh.
Yeah.
It's like in that lull period right now where since I'm not raiding, there really isn't a whole lot for me to do.
Right.
So it's kind of like I'm waiting until the next big patch, which comes out in October.
So basically like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Except that you get patches every 3 months instead of once a year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I'm going to read you this question, and then I'm going to read the answer that followed. Game Informer asks, one of the things I asked you last year when we sat down at E3 was about Mass Effect. At the time, there were two publishers that hadn't really dipped into the remaster world, you and Activision. Activision has since released a number of remasters and ports, which are crappy. And now they are working on a full remaster of Modern Warfare. Revisiting this as the last man standing on remasters, has anything changed, like a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster? Soderlund, who is the COO of the EA, I believe, said, what changed is that there's proof in the market that people want it, maybe more there than when we spoke last. There were some that did it before, but I think there's even more clear evidence that this is something that people really want. The honest answer is that we are absolutely actively looking into it. I can't announce anything today, but you can expect us most likely to follow our fellow partners in Activision and other companies that have done this successfully.
it'll be good as long as they do a proper job of it. I hate these like crappy remasters.
I don't think EA is going to go the Activision route and just...
You would hope, but it's
I hope
EA.
not.
So.
I was like, they released False Cybertron the other day, the Transformers game that was really good
Yeah, you
on
loved it.
PlayStation 4
I saw
and
that.
Xbox One, and I really wanted to buy it. But with the Ultimate Alliance fiasco, with the Deadpool crap port, with the ones that they released last year of Prototype, which ran worse on Xbox One than they did on 360, like, I don't want to buy an Activision port. As much as I really liked that Deadpool game, like, for what it was, and like Marvel Ultimate Alliance and that Transformers game, like, I don't want to buy these remasters from them because they're so crappy.
Right.
But I feel like EA takes more care of their properties than Activision really does. I feel like Modern Warfare is the first remaster that Activision has really taken seriously.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like EA, if they did like a Dead Space trilogy or a Mass Effect trilogy, they would take way more care of those properties than Activision.
The thing is, I don't know how they're like Dead Space 3 and Mass Effect 3, there's not really a whole lot they're going to be able to change.
I mean, they don't really need to change anything. They just need to touch them up.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's not really a whole lot. They're going to be pretty much the same game almost. Like, I mean, they might make them look a little bit nicer, but like those two are they're still relatively new. So remaking those isn't really going to be a big change. Now, Dead Space 1 and Mass Effect 1, yeah, I could see them remastering those and making those play a lot better.
If they smoothed out the combat in Mass Effect 1, like they don't need to make it like Mass Effect 2 or 3, although I wish they would, but that would take so much work.
Yeah.
But if they just like smoothed it out and kind of like streamlined it a little bit, I mean, that game would be just like.
I don't know. It's tough.
I tried to play it the other day because it's backwards compatible on Xbox One.
It's tough.
It's rough.
Yeah,
I bought it for PC and it's rough.
It's rough.
I'm not messing with that.
Story's amazing.
I got the Mass Effect trilogy for like
Story's
$12, and I was like, it's a good deal. So I started playing Mass Effect 1 because I didn't want to start middle of the story again, and it was just like.
And I feel like Andromeda's gonna be pushed out of February or March because like it's supposed to come out in Q1 2017. I feel like they're gonna push it out of March and make that their holiday game, and they're gonna release Mass Effect trilogy in March or April. I feel like that would be the smart move for them.
We'll see.
Plus, they could test the waters for like Dead Space because like Dead Space is like.
I still love Dead Space.
Dead
1.
Space is one of the best games I've ever played.
Dead Space 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
2 was decent. 3 was terrible.
Which is funny because like out of those 3 games, like a lot of outlets gave like not all outlets, but like 2 or 3 outlets gave Dead Space 3 the highest score out of the 3.
No.
It's because it was more of a streamlined, action based.
It was so much more about like the combat. And
it was like
crafting your weapon.
You could actually
did the Resident Evil thing on a smaller scale.
You didn't need to be decent at the game to be able to play it. You could make these overpowered weapons, and you could just run through it. Nothing was really scary.
Sounds like my type of game.
Dead Space, the original Dead Space, is one of the best horror games.
When I first played that game,
easily top 5.
Easily
top 5.
Like the thing I played, I didn't finish the original Dead Space, but I played it a little bit, and like the vibe I got was like,
dude, even Rachel beat the original Dead Space.
Oh, I'm sorry. But the thing I liked about it was like, it had this Resident Evil survival horror feel, like where like you never knew what was about to jump out at you or whatever. But it also had this backtracking Metroid-y feel.
Yeah.
Which like the feeling of isolation and walking through the ship, and
it was so well
and the
done.
way like you had to take the enemies down by shooting their limbs off, but they could still crawl at you, and like
I feel like in Dead Space 1 you actually felt threatened was the thing, and then in the second one it started becoming less so, and the third one you did.
Third one you're not even threatened at all.
Was it the second one or the third one that had you like you were being experimented on or something, and you had to run through this like.
Second one.
That's the second one.
Yeah,
because that was
the third one tied into that as well.
Yeah, the second one's the one where you're going crazy and you're having the hallucinations
and
you gotta
whatnot.
Jam that thing into your eye and jammed it too far.
Or if you didn't get on the
needle, you do the needle with that. That part was very messed up. I still liked the second one, but the second one was moving towards like you could see where the third one was going to end up because the second one was even more like it was very more action than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You added it, and then they added in co-op play, and it was like you're playing with a friend.
It was fun. I still liked it.
It was fun, but it was just not the whole Dead Space horror experience.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah,
which is kind of like what you said, like Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing, right? Like Resident Evil 4 and stuff was more like the Dead Space, and then like 5 and 6 got towards where
Resident Evil 6 is bad.
Oh, it's terrible. Five was bad too, but it was like still fun to play.
5 is a great co-op action game.
And that's how I compare. That's how I compare.
5 is like Dead Space 3.
Exactly.
They're exactly like
fun to play.
They're
but
pretty much
it's
the
not.
same. Yeah, they're pretty much the same game, just in different universes.
Except like I hate until Resident Evil 6 that you couldn't shoot and walk at the same time.
But that's the fun part.
That's Resident Evil, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like 5, if they're going more towards the action.
Like, can you slowly step when you're aiming?
No.
Oh, you couldn't do that at all.
No. Like you were stationary.
Yeah. Like in Resident Evil 4, I totally understand because it gives you that sense of like tension and, fear. But 5 is like totally a co-op action-y let's shoot zombies experience to where like
that's all 5 was. Right? Yeah. And that's what Dead Space 3 was.
That boulder scene at the end of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Punches the boulder.
I'm like, that looks like that would hurt. That is a very big rock.
It's like,
And he's just punching it with his hand.
effective. Like, pushing it is more effective than punching this. All you're doing is maybe chipping away at the area you're punching it.
It totally worked. It was very successful.
And not even kick it. Like, get a running kick. And
Nope. Just punch it, Chris.
All right, the last story we're going to cover is
What the fuck were we talking about? I don't know how we got there.
EA
we were talking
Remasters.
about remasters, and then we got to Dead Space, and we talked about Resident
Space.
Evil.
Maybe
So-
EA would bring back
Space is
Battlefront
still
1 and 2.
Still one of my favorite.
Remastered Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
I'd play that.
I totally play
I'd play that over the Battlefront
over
Or
the
1.
new
like,
one.
since they have the Star Wars license, maybe like a Rogue Squadron trilogy or something.
I like those games.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, dude, did you hear? Before we get on to this next story, did you hear that they were developing an online Rogue Squadron where like you would team up with your friends to complete missions and stuff?
That they were making it? Or
Yeah, they were
are?
making it, and it was the company that was doing Two Human, and that was their next project. Because they used Two Human to figure out the architecture of the 360, and Two Human did so bad that they like,
The 2 Human was bad.
yeah, Two Human was like.
Well,
I didn't realize that game came out in like 2008, and like by that time we already had Mass Effect and BioShock. And
Yeah, we were
and stuff.
playing. I remember playing it because you had it or something.
I didn't. I've never owned Two Human.
Dude, yeah, I remember being over at your house and we were trying to just like get as many achievements as we could, and I was
Yeah.
just like playing through your games, and you had like Fight Night or one of the Fight Nights where it was only like 8 achievements.
Yeah.
And Two Human, somehow we got a hold of Two Human. It might have been
I think
I had a.
I think my
bird-
cousin Michael had it, and
No,
he came. over.
somebody had like a, I don't know what it was, and I played it for like 5 seconds and was like, this is awful.
Yeah. Well, you had to use the right stick to do sword swings and stuff, but you had to do it in like a precise way,
It was bad.
and you couldn't just like. It was bad. It was.
I never played it.
But man,
I'll
I
take
would,
your
I would
word
really
for it.
kill for another Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron 2 on GameCube and the N64 one are just like
I would kill
the
for another,
best games.
for another Fight Night.
It's true.
I love those games.
Man, they're really messing up by not putting out Fight Night.
Well, it's 'cause
We got UFC
It's
now.
because they have the UFC ones now, and no one really, but the boxing games I always liked more.
Yeah,
I do have the UFC ones; those are fun.
yeah. All right, let's get to this last one. Gears of War 4. Old Mark is confirmed to be a party member,
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
and there's a new
How many years in
robot
the future is this?
enemy. 25.
So how old is he now?
I mean, he's old, but
Like
he's like,
He's
50
like,
something?
yeah, probably.
yeah,
50, 60 ish.
he's still able to hold on.
Did you see the commercial, the reveal trailer for him?
No.
It's like they showed this gameplay trailer, and it's like Marcus and JD, who's Marcus's son. He's like the main protagonist in this game. This is when you first like meet Marcus in the game, and he's walking out behind their ranch or whatever. And the new enemy, the DBs, which is like the
it's
robot,
like a robot
version of the COG to keep order after the war. They
Oh.
made this robot army, and like they're like walking through Marcus's farm or whatever, and one of them steps on Marcus's tomatoes, and he's like, "Get off my fucking tomatoes!" I'm just like, that's so weird but hilarious at the same time.
That's Marcus. You don't fuck with his tomatoes.
Yeah, so that's cool that he's going to be a party member. I like.
So
Marcus.
that's the enemies in this one is robots?
Well, it's the Swarm, which is like the new version of the Locust,
Yeah.
and then it's these robots that are trying to keep order. From the there's like this mini rebellion, and you're part of the rebellion, trying to build a new like
Because
democracy type government.
If we've
instead
learned
of-
anything from anything, it's making robots.
Yeah,
And
robot armies are never
robot
good.
I know.
armies are bad. Let's
Any instance
look at
of a robot army
Overwatch.
being
Look
made.
at Overwatch. Bad.
Bastion, terrible. No, but I think it's cool. I want to know how like these new robots are going to kind of fit into this story. They're kind of like weird
What-
looking.
I mean, I could see them making a robot army just to keep the locust.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, that's what they were made for. But then like
Everything, you know.
like the new government in this game is like a dictatorship instead of a democracy.
Yeah.
So, they're kinda
So
just
there's
bunch
like a
of-
rebellion, which is
bunch
who
of
you're part of.
a-holes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're using their. It's like their own personal army then.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, they're like to keep order and stuff. So like you're part of this rebellion, and apparently you have to fight these robots, and you can play as them in multiplayer too.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, you could play as
the Locust.
in multiplayer, so
That's
why not?
cool.
Yeah. Also,
What do they? What comes out of them when you shoot them? Is it oil
Sparks and
or no?
stuff?
I mean,
I
there's
don't know.
no fluids.
I don't know. I didn't really.
Because when you chainsaw him, what's gonna happen?
Something's gotta come
Something's
out.
gotta splatter on your screen.
I hope when you chainsaw him, it just electrocutes you.
Why would you want that?
Yeah, that's
To add strategy to the game. Oh, I can't use my chainsaw here, so
Yeah, but
I gotta use
you
my
can't have that in multiplayer.
my
though.
giant saw blade chucker. Shoot him with. Did you see that gun?
Yeah, it's
it
awesome.
chucks saw blades.
Yeah, just like in Dead
I was
Space.
gonna say
It's
that's
amazing.
And everything goes back to Dead Space.
I've seen before.
Ah,
You use it and it would shoot out the saw blade.
Yeah,
you had either hover in front of you,
You could hold
or
it
you
there,
shoot
or you
it.
could shoot it. Not my favorite weapon, but it was better than the flamethrower. You only needed the first gun. That was it. In the first Dead Space.
You only need that gun in any of them. Once you upgraded it, it
that's
was
true. That
always
is the
good.
only gun. I did use the line gun, which was just basically a
bigger version of that.
version
You couldn't
of it.
turn vertical, but it's still
Right.
just
So then you could just fuck up. It was great. That game was
like 3 enemies right next to each other.
I'll play
Pull out the
it.
line gun.
I'm busting that out again. That game is so good.
yeah.
Isaac Clarke, one of the best.
I
Doesn't say a word in the first one.
I know.
Those are the best heroes. Link, Isaac Clarke. They're right there.
You don't even see his face until the end in the first one.
No,
right?
you do. In
You
the
do?
very beginning.
Oh,
before
right.
go
If you turn the camera
like
around.
when you're coming into the ship, he doesn't have it on, and then he puts it on, and then at the end when you're leaving and the where I poop my pants and he turns to his right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Nicole's there.
Yeah, I pooped myself a little bit.
I think everyone did the first time that
I
happened.
was like, yeah, because like once you beat a horror game, you
You're like,
kind of like
I did it,
You
I'm
finally
safe.
like relax, like I did it, and then
Pretty much just like him.
this
He
bitch,
relaxed. And all
yeah,
that.
he was crazy. That's why I saw him. Obviously, that would drive you.
That was the big spoiler.
Did you ever see the movie? There was like a Dead Space animated movie.
Yeah.
I did watch that. That was good.
It was pretty
That was
good because it kind of explained what happened before, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Did you play the light gun game, Extraction or whatever?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's like it came to Wii first, and it ended up coming to PlayStation also.
Anything that goes to Wii first, I'm probably not going to play it.
It's true.
I have a Dead Space game on my phone. I don't even
Dead
know
Space,
what it was.
yeah, that it was like an animated movie, and it kind of described how
I don't even have it.
the necromorphs got onto the ship.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Also teased a returning character.
Zombie
The
Dom.
son of a returning character.
Zombie Dom?
No, the son of a returning character.
Dom.
Cole.
No.
It's Cole's son.
No,
Bears.
no.
The chick.
Who dies in every game?
Carmine!
Yeah, there's going to be a fourth Carmine.
Oh, he's going to die.
He didn't die in 3.
I know, I was fucking...
So
Wait, the first Carmine got shot in the head, the second one died in the belly of that thing.
Yeah, that was the funniest one. He like melted in the
Yeah, he,
acid
like,
of
melted
the
in
belly
the acid.
of
That
the
was weird.
giant worm.
And the third one survived, right?
Yeah.
Because that was
He
everyone-
broke the chain, so...
Yeah. But that one, because that was when Dom died.
It's
I mean,
kind of
that's-
like it's kind of like Final Destination, though. You know, it just goes to the next one.
Yeah. Maybe he'll die
Just
in this
skips
one.
over,
Maybe
then it
they'll
comes
both
back.
die in this one.
Probably.
Why? You want that?
Because it's not a Gears of
Because
War
it's
game
funny.
if Carmine doesn't die.
It's funny.
Poor Carmine.
Oh, man. All right, let's wrap this show up. I want to play some games. It was a shorter show today, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's all right.
It's okay. Nice, short, compact. Fit it.
Better looking.
Yeah, better looking if you're watching the video.
They're looking, yes.
Thank you so much for watching the DNA podcast. Please come to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and share the Digital Nerd Advocates Network, youtube.com/Digital Nerd Advocates Network. You can find all of our content on digitalnerdadvocates.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, at the DNA Network. Like us on Facebook. Join our community groups. There's something else, but I don't remember. I always forget. I need to start writing this down again, but that's okay.
Sounds better when you're not reading it, though.
I know,
It does.
but that's okay.
There's one more thing, but you guys can figure it out.
Yeah,
Just
figure
go
it
back
out.
to one of the other videos we
Yeah.
said. Watch that. Give us some more views. You know, we love it.
Yeah. Speaking of views, what I've been doing lately is like breaking out. Like when we talk Destiny, I'll post that as the weekly strike video of the week. Or if we've been like talking Overwatch, I've been posting it as like DNA's Heroes of Overwatch, which is like a new video series. If you're only into Overwatch, like you can check that out. Our breakouts of Overwatch and Destiny, the views on those are like skyrocketing over everything else.
Well, I'm not surprised that if we continue to do Destiny stuff, the closer we get to the expansion, you'll see more people watching this.
Yeah.
Because I do think people are going to come back.
Oh, I do too.
Just like Taken King.
I mean, if you look at the activity in our Destiny Facebook group alone, like That group hasn't been.
I know that when Todd Oxtra says he's coming back to Destiny, that means that there's like a lot of people coming back.
I know.
That's what that means. If
I'm glad Todd's coming back.
me too. I mean, I would love to help him get some stuff done. I just know he's got a very tight schedule.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll help him. We'll get him.
Yeah. And I know he's Todd. You don't have to raid to get to 335,
Which is nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Archon's Forge is probably going to be a good place to level up too.
Yeah, it's going to be like the new
Court.
And
It's like a mix between prison and court.
Except for you get flaming axes.
It's true.
I saw that. It was pretty cool looking.
Pretty awesome.
They released some of the new ornaments today too.
Yes,
That's really cool.
Yeah, I saw a fire one. It was in like the Iron Banner helmet, but then like there was flames like in where it's black.
And they showed the chest piece, which is like a flame. Which is
And
cool.
I saw another one for a Titan that was like purple colored.
Yeah.
And it looked almost.
I wonder if you're gonna be able to add things to the fire, like similar to Chroma, and make the fire.
They're saying that this is gonna be like Chroma, but
that'd be cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the DNA podcast. Download on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. That was the last one. Since the podcast, it's an audio.
We knew it'd come to them.
Yes, I remember. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we're out.
Bye.
Bye.